Slurp, slurp, slurpy derp. Slurp, slurp, slurpy derp. Slurp, slurp, slurpy derp. Vegetable stock, slurpy derp. Dorset tea, slurpy derp. Spring onion, slurpy derp. Paracetamol, slurpy derp. Slurp, slurp, slurpy derp. Mike Briggs, slurpy derp. USA, slurpy derp. USA, slurpy. Yeah, anyway. Hello. I'm Artifact, and I make tutorials and sometimes music and DJ and teach as well. Make presets and made a Vital preset pack recently called Vital Terminal because half of them I made when I was stuck at gate B11 at Berlin Airport. And here's one of the ones that I made. It's a bit of a Foghorny thing, I suppose. It's called the Shuttle Bus, because you gotta love a good shuttle bus, haven't you? You know, we all love that experience, don't we? You know, when you get off the plane and you think you've landed, but then you've got a queue for the shuttle bus, and then you've got to be crammed onto a shuttle bus like a sardine, and then you suddenly realise that you're not so glamorous as you thought, flying in a plane up in the air, and you're cattled in to this horrible little thing, and you're just holding on to the rail with your life, and you've got your backpack behind you, and you're thinking, who's that guy behind me? Is he going to try and rob my phone out of my passport out of my backpack? And then you're just like sort of hanging on, trying to just keep your balance, and then you realise, yeah, you're not as cool as you thought you were. So that's the shuttle bus. And let's break it down for a moment. The bass. I just noticed that it really comes from a good bit of FM, this one. So the main texture, we take off this FM here. It's cool, but a lot of the sound comes from the FM here. So download it on my new preset pack on my website, and you don't even need to watch the rest of the video. But anyway, if you do want to watch the rest of the video, let's talk a little bit about the process that I've done. And we start off, like you saw, with 3 triangle waves, classic blend. And yeah, if we go from start to finish, number 1 is, like I said, well, I didn't say yet, is 0. Number 2, minus 24. Number 3, at 0, but also this one's got unison on. So 3 voices, 17%, a little bit of detuning, and it's a bit quieter than the rest. Okay, so that's how you start off the sound. Then let's add in the FM from oscillator 2 into oscillator 1. Just a little bit. And this is tracked to our main LFO here, which is doing all of the movement. It's a nice slow little mouse trap. Alright, just randomly kind of drawn, but the main part is that sort of slow saw down aspect to the sound. My jeez, I hope you're all having a good day. Next, did I use white noise? Well, we'll see. I think I did, yeah. This gets filtered though. So, yeah, what's cool with the filters is putting different oscillators through different filters without a care in the world and just seeing what happens. Here, I'm doing the stereo one and the white noise are going through a low pass. Okay, so kind of randomly done. And the second filter is going to be, I've actually got filter 1 running into it, so we've got that coming in. And then as well as that, we've got oscillator 1 and 2 also turned on. And here we've got a bit of movement on the cutoff, and this is the phaser positive. Because I did get a phaser filter blood test done recently. And the results were thankfully negative. But in Vital, because it's a software synthesizer, it doesn't really affect me on a deep emotional level, if that software had a phaser virus. So this one does, but that's why it sounds good, but we can be detached from it because we're not necessarily living in the metaverse like Vital is. If you want more understanding of the world around you, then email me at info@artifactmusic.com. And I'll guide you on your spiritual journey into Web3. So next we have distortion. This is where it all comes together. You know, you think everything I've done, I'm ruining it now, but really it was the plan all along. You know, just like when one country, you know, sets up another country, you know, like years in advance, and like sets some like things to go on there, and that causes like unrest, so that they can like, you know, move their piece on the chessboard like in a few years down the line, and then we like watch things, and we're like, oh, this is happening now, and then but someone's like cleverer than us, and they're like, yeah, I planned that move about 3 years ago, and nice to know that you're watching what I'm doing though, little sausage. Yeah, that's not a reference to anything specific, by the way. It doesn't really hold any weight in terms of actual reality. It's just constructive speculatism. That's what they call it nowadays. You know, because conspiracy theories, they're like, you know, that's a word with negative connotations, isn't it? So it's better to call them constructive speculations. Anyway, that was completely random. Okay. Chorus comes next. I love chorusing things after distortion. One of my favourite things to do on a Wednesday lunchtime. All right, so nothing revolutionary. Equalizer, finding a little spot where I can give it a nice little boost. It's already quite filled out, but I like that there. Filtration system, again, the phaser positive virus comes back to haunt everyone. Just a little bit of extra shaping control. You know, the mix is down pretty low. These are the kind of things that I'll probably modulate a bit on the macros. I haven't actually done this case, but yeah, there's some macros here. Tony, the classic character, comes back. When you're playing the preset in with your project, you know, by changing the tone, you'll be able to get it to fit around the timbre of what other sounds and drums you've got going on. So that's the idea for that. Wash is obviously... It's going to be for reverb and things. I haven't added it in yet. So let's continue. A little bit of flanging, just because the word flanger is funny, so you should use it. Okay, so next, a bit of delay. I'm the most technically sound producer on YouTube, by the way, because that was the best description of flanging that anyone... You won't find a better YouTube tutorial explaining flanging outside of this, because I just put it down to an absolute T. The reason that you use a flanger is because it's a stupid word. Okay, so write that down in your notes. Okay. I don't think I ended up using that one. The reverb is on the macro with the wash. So yeah, you can wash out the sound. You know, make sure you rinse it out, you know, with hot soapy water, and then push. A bit of extra distortion and speed. Shift is going to just control, I think, the a little bit of the position of the oscillators as well. But that's the main part, and as you see, it's quite a simple sound, really. But the main things to take into consideration are a nice amount of triangles. They are a little bit more padded than sine waves, so sometimes they can be good, not to be forgotten about, the triangles. And you know, they might, just like the sine wave, they might miss a bit of that high end, but that's something we can always get especially when we distort it, because yeah, I'm going for heavy distortion, heavy, so all these softer wavetables lend themselves better to harsher distortion, and then the filtering that happens before the distortion gives us a bit of extra control for the tone that we want, and the FM gives us that gritty shuttle bus Foghorn feeling that we've all been longing for and craving ever since we first boarded a flight to Ryanair, on Ryanair, and they landed, and over the tannoy there was a big musical eruption of festivities as they celebrated yet another successful landing. And you think, well, I should bloody well hope so, because I didn't want to die on the plane. Yes, so there you go. That's the Shuttle Bus, my G's. Hope you enjoy it. And if you want the preset pack for free, then you can't have it because you have to pay for it, okay? But everything that you do pay for in terms of Vital presets goes directly into keeping my mission and journey on YouTube going. This is my full-time job now, and it's not the easiest job to maintain, I will be honest. So every preset pack that's purchased goes directly into keeping this whole show running. So along with that, you can also support on Patreon, and you can also book in one-on-one lessons as well whenever you fancy. My calendar is up on my website and available. I'm always down for a bit of one-on-one teaching, my G's, and just vibing out, making some tunes, all that good schnauzer. So, by the way, if you're watching, Mark, I'm not actually on a chaise lounge. It's just a normal office chair with like a weird pillow that I've sort of bungee cord wrapped around the the side of the chair, so it might look like a chaise lounge, but really it's just sort of an extra armrest that I've botch jobbed onto my chair. I'll probably stop talking now. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.